Let me ask you something straight. When was the last time you looked at someone else's life and felt, just for a second, like yours was a mistake? Like you got the wrong job, the wrong face, the wrong start? Most of us won't admit it out loud. But we feel it. Quietly. Daily. This story is for that feeling. There was once a sparrow. Small. Brown. Ordinary. The kind of bird your eye slides right past. Every morning he'd wake up, ruffle his plain little feathers, and watch the world go by. And every morning, the world seemed to be giving everyone else something it forgot to give him. He watched an eagle soar above the mountains and thought, power. That's what I'm missing. He watched a flamingo stand tall by the lake, pink and striking, turning heads everywhere, and thought, beauty. I got none of that. He watched a kingfisher dive into a river with perfect precision, pulling out a fish like it was nothing, and thought, skill. Purpose. A reason to exist. The sparrow had none of it. He was just there. Small, forgettable, brown. And one evening, he sat on a low branch outside an old temple, head down, and whispered to no one in particular. What was the point of making me? An old monk sitting on the temple steps heard him. He didn't laugh, didn't lecture. He just looked at the sparrow and said, you're comparing your insides to everyone else's outsides. That's the oldest trap in the world. The sparrow looked up. Easy for you to say. You haven't seen what I've seen. The monk smiled. Then go look closer. Not from up here. Go look at their actual lives. Come back and tell me what you find. So the sparrow flew. He found the eagle first. Perched alone on a jagged cliff, wind cutting around him. Not another soul in sight. You must love this life, the sparrow said. Everyone fears you. Everyone respects you. The eagle was quiet for a moment. Then he said, fear is not friendship. I have lived on this cliff for 11 years. Not one bird sits beside me willingly. They scatter when I arrive. My nest is always silent. He looked at the sparrow, actually looked at him, and said, you know what I noticed last week? A sparrow, surrounded by 50 others, all singing at once. I watched for a long time. I haven't had that in over a decade. The sparrow didn't know what to say. He flew on. He found the flamingo at the edge of a tourist lake. People were pointing. Cameras were flashing. She looked like a painting. You're stunning, the sparrow said. You must be so happy. The flamingo sighed, a long, tired sigh. I cannot go anywhere without being watched. I cannot drink water without 10 cameras pointed at me. I haven't had a quiet moment in years. Do you know what I dream about? What? Said the sparrow. Invisibility, she said. Just one day, to exist without being looked at. She glanced at the sparrow's plain brown feathers almost with longing. Nobody stares at you. Nobody follows you. You move through the world in peace. The sparrow found the kingfisher last, sitting by the river, staring at the water, tense, focused, exhausted. Every single day, the kingfisher said, before the sparrow could even ask, dive, miss, dive, miss, dive, catch, then do it again. People see the catch. They never see the 100 misses. They think it's effortless. He shook his head. It is never effortless. I carry the pressure of being the precise one. If I miss too many times, I don't eat. There is no room for an off day. He looked at the sparrow curiously. What do you eat? Oh, seeds, crumbs, whatever's around, the sparrow said. The kingfisher almost laughed. Seeds and crumbs. From everywhere. Anytime. No diving required. Yeah, said the sparrow quietly. The sparrow flew back to the temple steps. The monk was still there, waiting, like he knew. The sparrow landed slowly. And for a while, he didn't say anything. He just sat. Then he said, they all think my life is easier than this. The monk nodded. Everyone does. About everyone. The eagle is lonely. The flamingo wants to disappear. The kingfisher is exhausted just to survive. And you? The monk asked. The sparrow looked down at his plain brown feathers. Small, ordinary, unremarkable. I have friends. I eat without fear. I go anywhere without being watched. He paused. I think I've been looking at the wrong things. Here's the thing about comparison. It's always a highlight reel. You see the eagle's wingspan, not his loneliness. You see the flamingo's color, not her exhaustion. You see the kingfisher's precision, not the 100 invisible misses. Social media did not invent this problem. We have been doing this forever. We look at someone's confidence and forget about their anxiety. We look at someone's success and forget about their sacrifice. We look at someone's life from the outside and decide ours is lesser without ever knowing what it actually costs to live theirs. The sparrow wasn't born wrong. He was just looking wrong. And here's what the monk didn't need to say out loud, because the sparrow figured it out himself. The life you're asking for might be the life someone else is desperate to escape. You don't need the eagle's power. You don't need the flamingo's beauty. You don't need the kingfisher's precision. You need to stop measuring your ordinary against everyone else's extraordinary. Because their extraordinary has a price tag you haven't seen yet. The sparrow flew home that evening. Same wings, same brown feathers, same small size. But something had changed. He finally saw himself clearly. And for the first time, that was enough.